Hi, my name is Grace Shalom Hopkins, and welcome to a very special episode of Spin Weekly. This is day one of my Hanukkah spin. So before we jump into the Hanukkah bonanzas, I want to let you know what this project is. Hanukkah is an 8-day long Jewish celebration. You perhaps have heard of it. If not, I have left a link to a simple description down below. Last year I did the 8 Days of Hanukkah project, which I have also linked that playlist down below so you can watch last year's. But basically the premise is every day for the 8 days of Hanukkah, I spin a different yarn, which is a mashup of different techniques and makers and loud noise, and come up with a completely new design on the fly. And at the end of the 8 days, we put them together and it makes a really beautiful collaborative set, I guess, party pack, if we're using our indie dyer words. So what is the fiber I'm working with this year? Last year I had 3 separate makers that I worked with, which you can see if you follow the links down below. This year I'm working with Amanda from Classy Squid, who has tonality, and Laura from Spin Jones and her set. Now, I'm not going to show you that set yet, because here's sort of the magic of this one. Last year, the majority of the things that I worked with were non-repeatable custom colorways or one-of-a-kind or things like that. And a lot of people wanted a spin-along. Well, a spin-along wasn't in the works this year, maybe in the future, but I did choose repeatable colorways. So Tonality is a completely repeatable set of colors, and she has several different bases that you can put them on. I love that they're solids. Well, they're semi-solids, but you get the idea. And they're going to be really versatile and helpful for this particular project. And you too can purchase them in any amount that you want. The same goes for the fiber from Spin Jones. This is completely repeatable. All of these things are obtainable by you, so if you want to follow along on any of my projects or duplicate this yourself, you can bring that swag home. These are sample sizes, so this is the sample collection. And then she actually has one here. I'll show it to you. All of the fiber from Spin Jones is in little sample sets. So you could duplicate this project in a much larger format, or the small one, or your baby can toss it across the floor just like mine. So every day I am going to pick out at random one of the Spin Jones fiber samples, and then I have the entire Tonality set at my disposal. However, the challenge here is gonna be I won't know what I might want in the future, so I'll have to balance my natural desire to hoard things with also creating cool yarns. I have to budget. I know there are 8 days, so I have to budget my fiber carefully. I think it'll be really fun, and without further ado, let's jump into the spin. Alright, so this is the miniature Batt from Spin Jones, and the sparkle on this thing is incredible. I wish you could see this in real life. I love how nuanced her stuff is. So I'm taking the, I don't know what colorways these are called, but sort of the orangey, Classy Squid Tonality roving, and the burgundy one. I'll leave the link to the Tonality pack, of course, in the description box below, so you can figure out what exactly it's called, because I don't remember. Alright, so my goal here was to create sort of a buttery golden hue, So I wanted to do some color mixing. I felt like the light and the burgundy and the yellow was going to really do what I wanted it to do. So I ran it through my drum carder a couple times to get a more consistent colorway. So I'm going to let you watch that process and turn on some music, and we'll check back when I'm finished blending. Alright, so I'm going to spin this bat in such a way that preserves the gradient. Do you see the subtlety of this thing? It is amazing. Oftentimes samples are just not nearly as good as the big version, but this is a fully intact miniature version of her bat. I highly recommend checking this out. So I peeled apart the different colors across the transition fault lines, for lack of a better term, and that helps to preserve the natural transitions, because I want to capture all of that goodness that she worked so hard to card in. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the bat the whole way through this way, and we'll check back when I'm done with that. this is a pretty standard 2-ply from a center pole ball as per usual. I feel like this really worked well. The golden autumnal ply really highlights the gradient of this bat, and overall I'm just deeply thrilled with how it turned out. Now, if you would like to look at the photographs of how this yarn turned out, head over to my Instagram. It's linked down below, or you can just search me at Grace Shalom Hopkins. If you don't already follow me, I usually post detailed photographs of my spin. So I recommend doing that if detailed photographs of Spin Weekly is something you're interested in. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, it is brought to you as per usual by the Spin Weekly Patreon family. I recently redid how the Patreon pricing works, and I recommend you check that out if you've been considering. I simplified it so everyone gets all of the same perks. I feel like that aligns more with my personal ethics. Also, hit the like button if you liked. And if you haven't already and don't want to miss out on any of the Hanukkah spin-along or future Spin Weekly shenanigans, hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comment section down below what festive, awesome, fibery thing you're doing today for day 2 of Hanukkah. And I'm going to leave you with some little outro music. Bye!